college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to University Stadium, home of the Lobos of the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Fresno State Bulldogs. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So New Mexico's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella, he delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Got it in the middle. It's Thorne. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Lobos will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So Fresno State's offense will have its first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first
turning it on! He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go! Let's go!
Gives it to the back on the draw. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
He doesn't need anything to be open. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. You know, I want to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open? Okay. I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Lobos in the hurry up. Let's talk a little bit about New Mexico. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment, and getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program, right? Continue to get talent and high school talent that can come in that they can compete with your roster right now. Those are the guys that really help you take that next step.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Caught behind the line. It's Jones. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's ball. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Extra point here will tie the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35. Ten-yard gain.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. Intercepted, number 19. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49. He'll try the left side. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. It's Sands. Fakes the grab. And he's still running after the move. He smashes his way through again. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to him 27.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line. And the Lobos moving quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to buy time. Nice move to keep running. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The Lobos are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Lobos! Climbing up to tack one more onto that lead.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And they did tack on the extra point. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick release on the RPO. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Power football with the run.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
To the air on 2nd down. He'll throw it. It's complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Fresno State will have to punt. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Nielsen. Oh, he got loose. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a 1st down. And the Lobos headed quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. It's reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Sands. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. The Lobos will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. The give to the back. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first. That's the end of the period, and New Mexico has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. He's got it on the right. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
The Bulldogs come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. Runs through a tackle. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Complete to the left. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize, so you go get on the ball.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, New Mexico. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Hey, midfield, he's got room. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. He's got 99 yards rushing in this one, and he is well on his way to a 1,500-yard season. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the run, it's Duggan. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Fresno State. He makes his way into the end zone for the 50th time in his career.
Man, what a mark to hit. A guy that's so good with the football in his hands. A guy that every single week you know this guy's going to touch the football. And when he gets near the end zone, Palmer, you still know he's going to get it, and he still punches it in.
He's the unstoppable force. It doesn't matter what defenses have done throughout his career. This guy finds a way to make people miss, to run away. He's got all the tools you look for in an outstanding running back.
Off the play fake on first down. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Sands. Looking left. Oh, what a cut! And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Lobos want to crank the tempo.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
On over the middle, it's Burns. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Lobos can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the tailback. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Oh, they're after him! And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. There he goes! Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Fresno State hoping to convert on 4th down. Jukes his way for more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Complete. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. The offense down to the 25 now, 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Nice move to keep running.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. And the Lobos decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Got it in the middle, it's Hurley. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Sweet cut there. Breaks into the open. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. And the Bulldogs just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. A little screen to the running back. Touchdown, Fresno State! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finding open areas. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out into the 30. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Scanning the field, it's Sands. Here comes the heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Lobos with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll try to do it himself. And he's wrestled to the ground. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Lobos come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. grabbed in the middle. It's Ford. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Wants to throw on first down. Fires downfield. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Lobos line up to punt it away. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They go to the ground. Makes one man miss. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. From the gun, running back gets to give. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's caught. It's Hurley. Turns it on in midfield. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to fire on second down. He fires to the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got a man in the middle. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Let's go. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room. It's Duggan. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. And the Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
All right, offense, it's got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you can tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards the play.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. And it slips just inside that right upright. The lead now 7 here in the third quarter.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. And the Lobos want to move quickly.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Now the play fake. Here's the pressure. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And there's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down now. He'll do it himself. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Lobos will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Heels to punt and try to pick up some yards. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Rushes on him. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hurley. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling past and kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Gonna swing it on second down. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI.
Pass interference.
You don't see offensive pass interference called very often, so usually you know it's pretty blatant. It's pretty obvious. It's a severe push-off or, you know, obviously trying to break up a play so you don't give up a pick, but clear offensive pass interference on that play.
Back to pass on second down. Floating away. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. Working that left side. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Punts it out of the air. Turning it on. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. The screen, he's got wheels. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to take a shot on second and short. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Looking to throw again. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
38, New Mexico, 24.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third.
Fires one high and deep. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And the Lobos will punt it away on fourth down. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Hauls it in at the 40. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. To the air on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Hurley. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Bring in the heat. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He makes the catch. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Nice move there. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Can the D deny them on second and goal? One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Touchdown, Fresno State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Lobos racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive. And
there he goes. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Dropping back, it's Sands. He hurls one deep down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the driver.
The give to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you some spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Fresno State working from the red zone. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Using the quick game. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
Well, the quarterback has looked his way early, and he's looked his way often all game long. Now he's got over 150 yards when throwing to that guy.
Goes to the option. They get in the backfield and make the play, and that's how they'll finish off this 3rd period. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And right down the middle. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Handoff to Jones. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Trying play action. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thorne. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
To the air, it's Sands. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Keeps it on the draw. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Offense facing 4th down.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day. Second down, he'll throw it. Snagged out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the fourth quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
He's going to run it. Breaks into the open. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And it's just so fun to be a play caller when you got a QB that can do that. Like, it's a pass play. Nope, he pulls it down, chews up yardage, gets a first down. And both of these quarterbacks, man, they have this ability to make big plays.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
And the Bulldogs are flying down the field. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Lobos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
You got to love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the fourth quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
Now, a fourth down.
The Lobos send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He gets a block. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. From the gun to give, looking for room.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And to get rid of it quickly. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Under fire. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Lobos come to the line with a new set of downs. Tight end now in motion. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Lobos will punt this one away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Catches it at the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They've just self-destructed too many times so far already with 3 interceptions in the game. On the move at the 30. Turning it on. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
Wide open on the right. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the returner will be brought down. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing.
And down he goes back at the 3.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the 4th quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
And the Lobos will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return, man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Great place to start for this offense. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The lone back's got it. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Shotgun snap on third down. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the complete.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. He just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
New Mexico, 24.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Fires to the middle. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the tight end. Off play action. Oh, they're after him. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Now third and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Eakin. Under fire. Makes the catch, it's ball. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Lobos will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin them deep. You don't always have to block the punt to impact it, and that pressure did that time. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how...
Oh, he's got some space. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Here's a quick throw out to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Timeout is called with just a single second left. The Bulldogs will line it up on 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He wants it all. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This